All right, how's it going, guys? So for a while now, I've been working on this like Naruto Tabletop RPG. I know there's already a few that exist, but they didn't really like quite work for me. So I was working on one that like kind of, in my opinion, did a better job of like capturing like the fundamentals of like how Naruto works. There's the concept of, creating your own jutsu, like how your chakra works, how to adapt your jutsus based off of your abilities, how to, you know, use your shuriken jutsu, how to battle strategically instead of just having an all-out punch fight to see who's the last man standing. Um, but, it's still a work in progress. I have a lot of it done. I believe the combat's done and the, like, role-playing like strength checks and all that like have been work kinked out. But today I want to kind of work on creating characters for this world. So I'm gonna kind of start just so you guys have an idea of what exactly I'm looking for. um but once I finish this character, I want you guys to tell me what you want. I'm gonna be posting this on YouTube as well, so if you didn't catch me live, feel free to go to YouTube. Same name, Bullsack, same logo. You know where to find me, and leave a comment of the same categories that I added for my character, and get creative. You're allowed to be wild. Have fun with it. Just because you make a character doesn't mean it will get added to the Naruto world that I'm building, but any input is always appreciated, and if you're open to small changes, I might be willing to make a few small changes to, you know, make that character work in the world. And when it comes time for characters in my world to interact with that NPC, it'd be cool to maybe like reach out to you and get some more details on this character so that way I can better role play the character. But so all right, first we're going to work on this example ninja. All right, so now we're worried about names. Names are kind of hard to do. That's kind of an after thing for me. But if you want to add the name to your character right away, that's by all means you can add the name to your character. So I'm gonna start off by uh, picking where I want this NPC to be from. And when it comes to timeline, I would say that this takes place during the second Great Ninja War because there hasn't really been a whole lot of detail on it. But it's quite interesting because it like shaped the Naruto world like drastically. And so because there's so little detail on the second Great Ninja War, I think it would be good to make that the setting for this RPG world because there's just so much room to create your own. So I think for this ninja, what I have in mind, let's see. So I want hidden villages. I'm really bad at knowing what these are. Land of earth, fire, snow, water, sky. Hidden villages. All right. It's the rain village, bamboo village, ceramic village, curtain village. I need to brush up on my Naruto. Village hidden in the stars, rock village. I like the hidden rock village. Let's do that. Village hidden in the stone. Or yeah. Hidden rock village. Awesome. All right. And now for this RPG, I mean obviously DMs are no, even in like Dungeons and Dragons where the rules are kind of set in stone. DMs are always welcome to kind of like homebrew their own rules, like for what they think fits better for their narrative, you know? And so, what I have in the rules is that when you create your character, you choose two nature releases, two of the five basic ones, obviously. And if you think, as a, as a DM, if you think two nature releases is supposed to be rare, every character shouldn't have two releases, then by all means you can change the rules and tell your players, they get one release. But you'll get two nature releases as far as rules is written goes. And because of the character I have in mind, I want my character to have magnet release as a Kekkei Genkai, because you get two releases, one Kekkei Genkai. So because of that, I'm going to take wind and lightning as my individual nature releases. I'm going to write that down. Wind slash lightning. And then for Kekkei Genkai, like I said, I want it to be magnet release. And not for the purpose of manipulating sand like Gara and the third Kazekage. I have something else in mind. And so now we're going to go into the combat specialty. So in Naruto, there are several different like types of jutsu. And so, I mean, the basic ones that everyone knows about is ninjutsu, which is your ability to use like your special jutsu. For anyone who's not familiar with Naruto, it's the equivalent of like casting a spell. A spell is like a jutsu. Then there's genjutsu, which is like like illusions, like casting illusions. And then taijutsu is your hand-to-hand combat skill. Sorry, right there. Ninjutsu, taijutsu, genjutsu. But for my character, I want his specialty to be one of the less popular ones, one that Itachi was really good at. Where's it at? Shuriken Jutsu. He was really good at Shuriken Jutsu, and I think for a magnet release style character, Shuriken Jutsu is the perfect thing to specialize in. Shuriken Jutsu. All right, now his special attacks. So the character I want to go for, I want to be like a pacifist, right? Like he doesn't seek out combat. Obviously, he's willing to defend himself if he needs to. He's not just gonna die. uh, but when he is in combat, his goal is going to be to disable the opponent, like make them run out of stamina or whatever. His goal will never be to kill unless it's absolutely necessary. So his special attack, I was thinking that if he's going to be good at Shuriken Jutsu, he should use Senbon, like what Haku did. Like they're basically like throwing needles. And I want these needles to have like little splinters of metal, like that kind of, like little barbs that kind of stick out, but really tiny and thin, easy to like break off. And so the goal is to throw the Senbon into your opponent, and even though they can pull out the Senbon itself, there's still like flakes and like pins of like metal left, like shrapnel, like in the body. And his goal is to get as much shrapnel in the body as he can, and then use his magnet style to slow down his opponent. Make the body heavier, make it pull down. I guess kind of similar to what Shin Uchiha did in Boruto when like he attacked Sakura and kind of like wiggled the metal around in her arm, but instead of like doing that like in a torturous way, it's like the goal is to make the body seem heavier, until eventually they run out of stamina and can no longer fight. So for The next category under combat specialty is going to be special attacks. So that'll be essentially what the special attack is throwing splintered kunai or splintered senbon, and I guess it's not really increasing the weight of, well, yeah, I guess technically by definition of what weight means, you're increasing the weight of the shrapnel. So splintered senbon and increasing the weight of the shrapnel. And then of course, obviously if it, if it comes down to it, he will kill if he needs to. And so, all ninja always have, a really cool, really flashy special attack. And that is what the next category is going to be, your ultimate attack. And so what I want this one to be is so the goal is, the special jutsu that the third Hokage did, the Shadow Shuriken jutsu, and like mixed with the style of combat that Sasuke and Itachi when they were fighting each other, like how that started when they were just chucking shuriken at each other like nonstop. It's kind of like that, but the goal is to initially get a physical attack in first, like a punch, but like I guess an open palm attack where you imbue your target with magnetic chakra. And then once you get that on them, the goal is to just throw shuriken as much. You don't have to be accurate. Like the goal is just to toss out all your ninja tools, and the goal is to like toss it up high, and let it build up momentum, and then the magnet will pull those projectiles down towards the target, and to essentially create like this undodgeable attack. Like you'd have to block it with by any means necessary, but it would not be a dodgeable attack. And I think that'd be like a really cool, flashy ultimate attack. I just picture, getting that open palm, seal onto somebody's like chest or back, kind of like what Minato does when he puts his seal on people. And then getting some distance, and then just throwing shuriken like no other, shadow shuriken jutsu and all that. And just to have this rain of needles like come down and just obliterate the target, which in hindsight seems kind of violent for a pacifist character, but like I said, this is a last resort, like does not like to kill people type of person. So this is a jutsu of desperation. um we'll call it magnet style raining needles. All right, so now that you have like the combat ability of your character figured out, and like you know what their abilities are, now let's go into the more like customizable stuff. Like what are your character's personality traits? Obviously I said mine was a pacifist. He's like the generous guy, like early movie Aladdin, stealing bread. Well, and I guess he wouldn't steal bread, but offering up half of the bread when he's already hungry to some orphans or whatever. So we'll do pacifist, generous, kind. And for physical appearance, I was thinking he could kind of be wearing some like monk-esque garb, kind of like what the Hyuga wear, I guess. But obviously he's not a Hyuga, so something a little different. So monk clothes. He'd probably be kind of scrawny because I want him to have I want him to be very similar to like what a monk would be, like no like physical attachments type deal. So he's a little scrawny because he doesn't like overindulge in food. Um, and then let's see, what else could we do as far as physical appearance? Let's go bald. Let's say that he's not really into like having like stylized hair, you know, because most anime characters have this crazy hairstyle, which didn't grow naturally. They want it like that, so he doesn't care about his appearance. So he believes that like having hair and stylizing it is like a form of physical attachment. So we'll say he's bald. So monk clothes, bald, skinny. We'll give him green eyes. Anime characters always have fancy colored eyes. We'll do that. And let's see what we have. All right. So we have an NPC ninja. He's from the Hidden Rock Village. His nature release is Wind and Lightning. His Kekkei Genkai is Magnet Release. His combat specialty is Shuriken Jutsu. Special attack is a Splintered Senbon, and then increasing the weight of the shrapnel inside the body. Ultimate attack, Magnet Style Raining Needles. Personality traits, Pacifist, Generous, Kind. Physical appearance, he wears monk-esque clothes. He's bald, skinny, green eyes. Uh, Honestly, I like that character. If I was better at drawing, I would definitely create that character to give a visual for you guys, but I am not that talented. but yeah. So like I said, like in the comments, you're probably gonna end up finding this on YouTube because I didn't really schedule this. I just felt like doing it and started streaming. Uh, in the comments on YouTube, just go ahead and like let me know what kind of character you would want, like based off this, like where they're from, their two releases, Kekkei Genkai, combat specialty, special attack, ultimate attack, personality traits, physical appearance. Like, let me know what you want, and if I like your idea, like one, I'll probably talk about it in my next video, and two, like it's absolutely going into my world because I want very unique characters, and I know that if I create 100 characters, only like the first 10 are going to be good, and then the other 90, they're definitely going to be half-assed because I'm getting tired of making characters, you know. But I think that if you guys as the viewers create characters and I create characters, they're all fresh, they're all made with motivation and care, and it'll just, drastically increase the quality of this Naruto world that I'm building. But let me know what you think in the comments. If you like the video, go ahead and give me a like. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I like doing creative stuff like this all the time, and more than that, I love getting the audience involved. So if you want to be part of the next, thing I want to add to my world, I would definitely love your input. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you guys later.